junior, 6'1", 185, number 18, the quarterback, Joe Candy. 5'7" senior, 170 pounds, number 42, Jason Kern. On the line, junior, 6'1", 260, number 74, Cooper Matthews. 5'11" sophomore, number 64, 285 pounds, David Billis.
Hello, good evening, and welcome to a very cloudy Coos Bay as Henley visits Marshfield High School for their penultimate game of the regular season. Matt Bowling here alongside Kevin Petrick. Hornets currently 3-0 on top of the league standings. Marshfield 1-2, 1-6 on the season. Overall records actually a palindrome for these teams. Henley 6-1, Marshfield 1-6. But this could be a bit of a trap game for the Hornets tonight, and we will discuss that in our pregame show after this break. Matt Bowling here alongside Kevin Petrick. This is Henley Football on 104.3 and 960 Sports.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see two things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys, and I want to see my high school. And those are the two memories that stick out the most to me.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, deep breaths and watch your speed. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So it's right here.
Roll into summer. Save up to $200 instantly on a wide selection of tires and wheels. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 19...
Not corporate. At Clown Falls Subaru, we built our business on that simple promise. Well, that and some of the best people you're ever going to meet. Hi, I'm Rob Cedar, General Manager at Clown Falls Subaru. Our 62 employees make it easy for us to live up to our comfortable, not corporate philosophy. Friendly faces, easy answers, straight talk, fairness, and exceptional service. These are the things you expect. These are the things that all of our people deliver. Our management team, sales pros, certified service and body shop techs, lot attendants, and detail experts are all 100% focused on you. Local people putting their friends and neighbors first. At Clown Falls Subaru, that's the only way we do business. It's comfortable, not corporate. Our team members also spend hundreds of hours each year supporting local charities and events through the Subaru Love Promise. That's the kind of people they are. We're very proud of them. They're your friends, they're your neighbors, they're glad to know you, and they want you to be glad to know them too. I'm Rob, and this is what makes us comfortable.
Threads. There are many threads that run through our region. There are churches and schools and Little League teams that bring us together and bind us into communities. There are roads and cars, there are houses and jobs and businesses, all woven together to make the fabric of our communities. There are financial threads that are part of that tapestry as well. For over 80 years, it's been our pleasure to be headquartered here, providing financial services to generations of our friends and neighbors. From that first savings account, to retirement planning, and all of the cars and houses and groceries in between, we keep your money local, investing it back into our communities, adding more threads to the fabric to make our communities stronger. Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union. Find your path. Threads. There are many threads that run through our region. There are churches and schools and Little League teams that bring us together and bind us into communities. There are roads and cars, there are houses and jobs and businesses, all woven together to make the fabric of our communities. There are financial threads that are part of that tapestry as well. For over 80 years, it's been our pleasure to be headquartered here, providing financial services to generations of our friends and neighbors. From that first savings account, to retirement planning, and all of the cars and houses and groceries in between, we keep your money local, investing it back into our communities, adding more threads to the fabric to make our communities stronger. Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union. Find your path.
Introducing Smith Bates Marcom Solutions, your trusted partner in marketing and communication. We specialize in crafting compelling campaigns, eye-catching graphics, and impactful branding materials.
Smith Bates is like working with dependable friends. They always help us build our professional image.
Through the innovative strategies that the team at Smith Bates suggested, we've been able to give the brand at Calor the boost that it desperately needed.
Unlock your potential with Smith Bates Marcom Solutions.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, deep breaths and watch your speed. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
During the Les Schwab Founders Celebration Sale, save up to $150 instantly on select sets of 4 tires. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to take a moment to give a huge shout-out to Graham A. Harriet Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram for their incredible generosity.
Early national anthem caught us a bit off guard, hence the double break. But back with you here at Marshfield High School. Matt Bowling alongside Kevin Petrick. Captains currently meeting at midfield. It's Bryson Montag, Joe Janney, Jason Kern, and Jance Call for Henley. Let's talk a little bit before we get into tonight's matchup. Let's talk about how these teams fared last week. Marshfield hosted Hidden Valley and lost 28-19. That was a Mustangs team coming off back-to-back losses to Henley and Mazama, where they were outscored 76-27. Not the follow-up the Pirates wanted to their first win of the season at Ashland 2 weeks ago. That game, their offense nearly doubled their season high with 41 points. But last week saw a bit of a regression to the mean, that being another close loss, or, well, not necessarily close, but low-scoring loss for the Pirates. Henley, meanwhile, went to Ashland and came away with their first running clock win of the season, 56-20. Hornets scored a touchdown on their first 6 drives, except for a 2-play possession at the very end of the first half, which came after they forced a turnover on downs. Joe Janney had a hand in 6 of his team's 8 touchdowns. He completed 10 of 13 passes for 250 yards and 3 touchdowns, while rushing for 67 yards and 3 touchdowns. And for the second week in a row, his connection with Mark Carpenter was deadly. Those two linked up for 8 receptions, 224 yards, and 3 touchdowns. It's also the 4th game in a row that Henley has set a new season high in points.
Yeah, Henley's going the right direction. They're improving game by game by game. And coaches, they know what's going on. They see the video, and they're going to have to deal with Janney and Carpenter. That's become a tandem now that teams are going to have to deal with. They're scoring a lot of points, just that connection right there. And then Henley has a lot of talent on the outside as well. So that's something we'll see tonight, how Marshfield deals with that dynamic.
Looks like they're already ready to get the game going.
They're not wasting any time here.
No.
It's our annual trip to the coast. I talked to some of the kids. I forgot, we didn't come to Marshfield last year. They came to Klamath Falls. So some of the kids that are sophomores or juniors that haven't played, it's their first time here. And if you haven't been here, it is quite a facility. It's almost a small college atmosphere, really nice field, big bleacher section, and they know how to put on a football game. So kids very impressed by what they see here tonight. It makes it fun. If you have to go on the road, this is the kind of game you want to play.
No doubt about it.
I think Henley will be ready.
Max Tobiasen getting set to kick off for the Hornets. Two receivers back for the Pirates. Quick run and kick and a good boot for Tobiasen. Gets it to about the 5 where it's going to be returned. Right up the middle and brought down short of the 30 is Hayden Whitcomb.
Pretty good run back. And the stop made by the kicker. I always like to see that. Max Tobiasen with a tackle.
Max Tobiasen not afraid to be physical. He's also listed as a D lineman. And I keep going back to when I talked to his head soccer coach, Lupe Gonzalez, for the preseason, because he also plays for the Henley soccer team. Gonzalez called him a football player disguised as a soccer player. I had no idea at the time how true that would turn out to be.
It certainly is.
This is his first year playing football.
And he's in there on this first play on the left end.
Two receivers on either side for the quarterback, Enoch Niblett. And the first play is a handoff going around the left side, making a cut and getting whacked at the 30-yard line is Caleb Fox.
That was good pursuit and a hard tackle from Ronan Wright. Good way to start the football game with a good hard hit. That'll bring up a second down.
Ball spotted at the Marshfield 31-yard line. And it looks like the Pirates are going to stick with the same formation. It'll be 2nd and 7 here on this opening drive. Niblett, quick throw out to the right side. Catching a block and another big hit on the receiver, Luke Fry.
That's Bryson Montag out there with a good tackle. Receiver made the catch but didn't have anywhere to go. That'll bring up a third down, about 6.
Be a gain of 1. Luke Fry listed at 5'5", 115 pounds.
Yeah, they had numbers on that side. Henley didn't have anybody accounting for that one receiver over there, but Montag closed quickly.
Marshfield taking their time getting the play call in.
Yeah, they don't huddle. They just get lined up, then they look to the sidelines for the signals, and they are taking their time.
Trips left. Niblett back to throw. Looks to the right side, and that was well away from Christopher Hooper, the intended receiver.
Yeah, that was just miscommunication. Hooper turned to the outside, and the ball was thrown to the inside. So that'll bring up 4th down and probably a punt.
So Henley forces a 3-and-out on Marshfield's opening possession. Mark Carpenter is going to line up to return the punt from his own 30, as it looks like Ashton Thornton is going to be the one kicking for the Pirates. No, that's Brody Ramey kicking for the Pirates. 10:14 left in the first quarter. Marshfield getting their personnel straight for this punt. Kick is low and across midfield, well short of Carpenter. He's just going to watch it bounce and roll to about the Henley 37. So decent starting position here for the Hornets, and that's kind of been a theme for them the past few weeks.
Yeah, they've been winning the field position battle, and they have another good start here to open the game. This offense is just getting better and better. I talked to some of the kids before the game. And they get it. They know that they kind of had a rocky start, and they've just been better and better and better each week. And that's the formula you want to have. And they're right on track.
Looks like two receivers on either side with Jason Kern on the right hip of Joe Janney. The receivers are stacked. Hand off to Kern. Kern with a decent hole up the middle, and that's going to be a gain of about 5.
It's a good first down play.
Jason Kern, the ball carrier, stopped by Arian Wright.
Advances the ball to the Henley 42.
At the 42-yard line.
Same formation. Janney back to throw. Pressure coming. Launches down the left side. Out of the reach of his receiver.
Janney's pass, incomplete.
2nd and 5. You have a lot of options there. You can take a deep shot if you want. And that's what they did there. That was just the old long fly pattern.
I think that was Shively the intended target.
That was Connor out there. That'll bring up 3rd down.
This time it'll be trips left with Mark Carpenter alone on the right side, and this is where he's dangerous. They've got him in a one-on-one. Janney back to throw. Quick throw out to the back, and bumped out after picking up the first down is Trapper Kundal.
That was a well-designed play. You're right, Matt. They had Carpenter split to this side, and he cleared out. He cut across the field, left this whole side of the field open for Kundal. Little swing route, picked up the first down.
Fresh set of downs for Henley on their own 49-yard line. This time they come out trips right with Carpenter alone on the left side. Kundal on the left hip of Janney. Gets the play in from the sideline. 9:23 left in a scoreless first quarter. Handoff to Kundal. Kundal's got a big hole. Kundal's into the secondary. Kundal might make a house call. He's got one man going after him and chased down at the 20-yard line by Whitcomb. Impressive effort there from Whitcomb.
He did. He saved a touchdown for sure. What a good cutback by Trapper there. Play went inside, and he saw some room outside, made a quick cut, and he was off. Big gain.
And Whitcomb, another small guy on this Marshfield team, 5'9", 130. Going against the 5'10", 170 Trapper Kundal. Henley in the red zone on the 18-yard line. It's a handoff, and this time it'll go for a gain of about 4.
I think that was Brunick's first carry. I think he's in there.
And Henley working that 3-back rotation. That'll make it, we'll call it 2nd and 7. Trips right for Joe Janney. Another handoff. Dragged down in the backfield is Brunick, and that's going to be a loss. That'll knock Henley back to about the 20.
Yeah, that right side of the line collapsed a little bit. I think if Joe had that to do over, he might have kept the ball and not handed it off. There was a lot of space to his left. I think just after he handed it off, he thought, oh, I should have kept it. There a lot of traffic over there and a loss on the play.
That'll make it 3rd and 12 for Henley. 7:50 to go in the first quarter. Hornets on their opening drive looking to break a scoreless tie. Janney back to throw. Looking right side. Montag couldn't haul it in. It was off his fingertips in the back corner of the end zone.
It's a good call. Just a little beyond Bryson's reach in the corner of that end zone.
And it looks like Henley's going to try for a field goal here. This would be a 37-yarder for Tobiasen.
This is a good spot to try this as the playoffs come around the corner. You want a good kicking game.
My fault for not making a note of this, but I believe he's only attempted one field goal this season. Good snap, Good hold, good kick. It is good. No good.
Everybody in the stadium thought that was good,
the
man.
The PA guy thought it was good.
He did. I think it just hooked left a little bit. It just hooked left of the upright. A good effort.
Well, it had the distance.
Yeah.
So it'll remain a scoreless ball game with 7:35 left in the first quarter.
That was a good defensive effort. If you're Marshfield, that's what you want to do. Keep Henley off the board. It's always a challenge.
So Marshfield will take over on their own 20.
They take a lot of time waiting to get that play in, even when the clock's not moving.
Trips left for the Pirates. Niblett, quick throw, intercepted. This one is going to be a pick six. Trapper Kundal gets his touchdown after all, as Niblett just threw it right to him.
Yeah, that throw was just off the mark. I think Kundal a little surprised it ended up in his hands there.
Hang on, once again. It looks like he'll come up just short. They'll call him out at the 1 yard line.
There was a big pile at the end of that play. I thought he was in. I thought he scored. Well, regardless, a very good interception. Sure-handed. Made a nice run down the sideline, and they're just short.
Trapper Kundal with a couple tough breaks on these early possessions to keep him out of the end zone.
Yeah.
So Henley on the 1 yard line. Keeper for Janney, and he walks in for the touchdown. 7:25 remaining in the first quarter, and Henley goes up 6-0 pending the PAT.
Not much to that. Joe just kept the football and found a nice gap on the left side and walked right in for the touchdown.
Tobiasen on for the PAT. And looks like something's not quite right. Henley didn't have a man out there.
Going to have to hustle. They only had 10 players out there.
Definitely don't want to be down a man on the line when you're kicking a PAT. Good snap, good hold, kick is up. And this time Tobiasen boots it through. 7-0 Henley, 7:25 to go in the first quarter here at Marshfield. Matt Bowling here alongside Kevin Petrick. This is Henley football on 104.3 and 960 Sports.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, deep breaths and watch your speed. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So third year.
During the Les Schwab Founders Celebration Sale, save up to $150 instantly on select sets of 4 tires. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see 2 things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys, and I want to see my high school. And those are the 2 memories that stick out the most to me.
It's going to help us out.
Well, Tobiasen booted the kickoff through the end zone, but we had a whistle. Looks like they're going to re-kick it. No penalty. I guess the referees just weren't ready yet.
Yeah, I don't think they gave the ready for play signal. They kicked early, so we'll do it again.
We'll see if Tobiasen can boot another touchback.
0 wind here, which is pretty rare for the coast, but there is no wind at all.
Another one booted deep, and one should know it. Max Tobiasen hits the touchback.
He's getting a lot of work here early.
He
Only
sure is.
About 5 minutes into the game, he's been doing a lot out there. Got a tackle, a few kicks, the field goal attempts.
So once again, Marshfield will start from their own 20-yard line. 7:25 left in the first quarter. Henley up 7-0. Enoch Niblett, the junior, in at quarterback. He's got 2 receivers on either side. Caleb Fox, the running back, to his right. Play action. Niblett scrambling, throws, gets it off to the right side, and turned upfield for a pretty good gain.
They like that right side. They've thrown over there every time. They seem to have numbers over there, so they keep going that way, but they haven't really picked up a lot of yardage doing that. That was probably their best gain, picked up 7.
2nd and 3 for Marshfield on their own 27. Handoff. Big hole up the middle. Loose ball. Who's got it? Fumble is recovered by. Still no signal. Now they're saying it's Marshfield ball.
I thought Ronan Wright ended up with the football, but somehow it got wrestled away from him down there. Yeah, that ball just popped out, and 2 Hornets were around it.
So that'll actually give Marshfield a first down at their own 35.
Yeah, that ball was loose. It fell forward, enough for the first down.
Handoff up the middle. Upended is Caleb Fox.
That was a good tackle. That was Carpenter in there. He was on the ground. He had been blocked, and he still made the tackle. That was Kern, I'm sorry. Jason in there with that tackle.
Ball on the 40. It'll be 2nd and 6. 2 receivers on either side for Niblett. He's got Jaden Tice in there to his left. And at running back. Play action. Quick throw out to Whitcomb, and Whitcomb gets stuffed. Carpenter was on him immediately.
Carpenter that time with the tackle. One-on-one tackle out there. Made a good move on the football. And that brings up a 3rd down.
3rd and 6 for Marshfield. 6:05 left in the first quarter. Pirates trail 7-0. It was a 1-yard rushing touchdown by Joe Janney after a near pick 6 by Trapper Kundal that gave the Hornets their points. Trips right for Marshfield. Niblett back to throw. Pressure coming. Gets it off. Shaking a tackler and escaping up midfield. Finally brought down across the 50 is Jaden Tice. A well-executed screen by the Pirates.
That was well executed. Henley didn't really see that coming. Bryson Montag ended up making the tackle over midfield. And another first down for the Pirates.
Ball on the Henley 45.
Marshfield taking their time, and that's not by mistake. I think they want to sustain long drives and score and keep that Henley offense off the field if at all possible, because they are using a lot of that play clock.
5 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Trips right, one to the left. And looks like the play clock expired.
Yeah, but used a little bit too much of it that time. That'll back them up 5 yards. Yeah, they are really at a really slow pace.
I'll put it right on the 50-yard line with a 1st and 15. Niblett runs up the middle, spins out of a tackle, gets to the sideline, turns up, and is out inside the 40.
Henley missing a few tackles the last couple of plays, enabling Marshfield to keep this drive alive. I think that was Janney that eventually drove him out of bounds on the far sideline.
That'll make it 2nd and 2 for the Pirates. Ball on the Henley 37.
Marshfield, you'll notice, they're not quite as big as Henley. Don't quite have the depth of the Hornets, but they do have good skill players, and they can move the football.
2 receivers on either side. Tice in the backfield with Niblett. He takes the handoff up the middle for the 1st down.
There's Ronan Wright with the tackle. That's enough for the 1st down.
Tice continuing with the size theme, Kevin. 5'7", 145. He's made some good runs early here. First and 10, Marshfield on the Henley 32. Handoff up the middle. Tice going, brought down at the 25.
They're running the football pretty well. They started the game wanting to throw a little bit more, but they found some luck inside, running between the tackles. And this has been a good drive for Marshfield. Approaching 3.5 minutes left to play here in this 1st quarter.
.330 on the clock. 2nd and 3 for Marshfield. Handoff and another nice hole, this time for Caleb Fox. This is going to be enough to move the chains. Put the ball on the 21.
Marshfield runs a couple of different running backs through the line. They kind of hide the football. You're not sure which back has it. And then their blocking scheme has been pretty good.
2 receivers on either side. Man in motion. Niblett, handoff. Plenty of room along the left side. Brought down hard is Caleb Fox, but not before getting inside the Henley 15.
That's good pursuit from Jason Kern to make the tackle. And that brings up a 2nd and short.
We've talked about the size disparity, and one place that isn't showing up is in the trenches. Marshfield's got guys 6'1", 240, 6'3", 250, among others, on that O-line. Reverse. It's Whitcomb. Whitcomb cuts inside, and Whitcomb's in for the touchdown. And boom goes the Marshfield cannon. You may have been able to hear that right behind us. They'll be firing that off after every touchdown. It's another thing that really gives this facility a college feel, Kevin.
Yeah, you never really get used to that cannon. Even if you hear it a lot, you're surprised by it. It makes you jump out of your seat. It's loud. That was a great run, and really good block from Lucas Falau that enabled that little reverse. And it ends up 6 points for Marshfield.
Mallory Ed on for the PAT. It is up, and it's good. 7-7 with 2:11 left in the 1st quarter. Matt Bowling here alongside Kevin Petrick. This is Henley Football on 104.3 and 960 Sports.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, deep breaths, and watch your speed. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
During the Les Schwab Founders Celebration Sale, save up to $150 instantly on select sets of 4 tires. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
7-7. After Hayden Whitcomb takes a reverse all the way in for a touchdown.
That was a great drive. That's just what you want if you're Marshfield. They took their time. They marched the football. They made some good adjustments, got that running game going, and they tied the score. And they only left about 2 minutes here to play in the first quarter. We'll see what Henley does now with the football on their next possession.
Squib kick rolls down to the 10, where it is returned by by Brunick. Gets up to about the 23.
Jeremiah Brunick on the return. Stopped by Chandler White.
Well, we were kind of wondering, Kevin. It feels like the key at this point to beating Henley is you have to be able to match them offensively. Well, Marshfield's been able to do that so far, but only because they've been able to keep Henley's offense off the field with a really long drive.
Right. If you get a couple of defensive stops and then you can control the football for 5 or 6 minutes at a time, that's a good formula to beat Henley. And that's what they're going to try to do here. But we're still early, still in the first quarter. Score tied at 7.
2:04 remaining. Henley starting on their own 28. Trips left. Play action. Throw out to Shively on the left side. Shively brought down at the 38. I believe that should move the chains. Well, no, they're going to call it 2nd and inches.
That is almost a first down. 2nd down and a candy bar. That's about how long he's got to go there for a first down. Oh, no.
Now they are going to move.
I was going to say that was really close. They're going to move the chains. Shively picks up the first down.
Trips left, one to the right. Handoff, blown up in the backfield.
Yeah, Jaden Tice was in there in a hurry. Nowhere to go with the football. And that's going to be a tackle for loss.
That'll knock Henley back to their own 35. Make it 2nd and 13. Janney back to throw. Pressure coming. Unleashes one for Carpenter. Unable to haul it in. He was double covered.
He was double covered, and that's probably what we'll see the remainder of the season. Given the season he's had on the outside, probably a good move for Marshfield there. He had two players out there, one man-to-man and then kind of a shadow helper on the outside. That'll bring us to 3rd down.
Looks like the same formation. Trips left with Carpenter alone on the right. Janney to throw. Pressure coming. Just flings it to the sideline. Carpenter came sprinting back trying to make the catch, but was unable to haul it in bounds.
Yeah, that was just one of those good decisions. He was either going to lose about 20 yards on the scramble or just throw the ball out of bounds and get the ball back to the line of scrimmage for 4th down.
So Henley stalls out at their own 35. Hornets will punt for the first time. Janney to handle it. Hayden Whitcomb, who scored Marshfield's touchdown, is lined up at his own 25. Janney with a towering kick. Whitcomb's not going to touch it. Bounces out at the Marshfield 35. So Marshfield with a chance to take the lead if they can put another scoring drive together. 50.2 seconds on the clock here in the first quarter.
Yeah, very methodical. I think that's a good word for their offense tonight so far. Just taking their time, trying to execute one play at a time.
First and 10 to 36.
Two receivers on either side for Niblett. He hands it off up the middle, and big hit in the gap. Two Hornets combining for that one on Caleb Fox.
And Ronan Wright was the first one there again. He's had a lot of hard hits tonight. Henley that time went with 3 down linemen, changing things up a little bit.
That may be the final play of the quarter. Clock ticking, 20 seconds. I think they're gonna run one more. They may not be entirely in range to run it out. Last play of the quarter. Two receivers on either side. It's a handoff up the middle, and tripped up after a short gain is Fox. And that is how we'll end the first quarter. 7-7 here at Marshfield. 1-6 Pirates. Maybe scheming for an upset over the number 3 Hornets. Matt Bowling here alongside Kevin Petrick. This is Henley Football on 104.3 and 960 Sports.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Well, this year's matchup between Henley and Marshfield unfolding in stark contrast to last year's. In that game, Henley went up 35-0, 13 seconds into the second quarter, en route to a 63-18 win. This year, we are tied at 7 as we begin the second quarter. Matt Bowling here alongside Kevin Petrick. Marshfield with a 3rd and 2 from their own 44. It's a handoff, and brought down in the backfield was Caleb Fox.
That's a perfect time for a tackle for loss there. It's just what Henley needed. And that'll put Marshfield in a tricky position on a 4th down near midfield.
Looks like they're gonna punt. Brody Ramey to handle it. Mark Carpenter lined up at his own 25.
That was a big play for the Henley defense. Really needed that stop. Put their offense in good position here.
It's a low kick. Carpenter's going to get away from it. It's going to roll down to the 16-yard line. And that's where they down it.
Got a pretty good roll there. That's some pretty good field position play for Marshfield. Now Henley will take over.
Henley's last drive stalled out after a gain of 10 yards on the first play. Hornets went 3 and out. Looks like trips right with Mark Carpenter alone on the left side. Man in motion, it's Montag. Handoff, Trapper Kundal tried to go around the right side and got dragged down. I think that was Lucas Falau.
Yeah, that was Lucas Falau. He's had a couple of good tackles. That was just a one arm, just drug him to the ground. Really a good tackle because there was room out there for a big gain. Good defensive play.
2nd and 10.
One of the standouts on this Marshfield roster, 6'3", 250 senior. 2nd and 10 for the Hornets. Janney to throw. Janney out to Montag, and Montag is tackled at about the 23. Well covered by Hayden Whitcomb.
Well, that was a good throw and good catch. Good route by Montag. Carpenter kind of cleared out the area, and Bryson just made a nice move to the sideline for a good gain.
3rd and 4. 2 receivers on either side. Janney to throw. Looks deep for Shively, and Shively can't catch it. Out of the reach of Shively. He was unable to catch it.
It's a good pattern, and he was open. He had a step on his defensive back there. The ball just overthrown just a little bit. And Henley faces another 4th down.
Hornets offense that scored 56 points last week has been, including touchdowns on its first 6 full drives, has been unable to get going so far. Janney's punt is pretty well kicked, and it's going to roll down to the Marshfield 33. 9:55 left in the first half.
Yeah, Henley's offense just hasn't executed at times when they usually do. They had a touchdown pass, just a little overthrown. That play there just didn't quite work out. And they haven't been able to score the football like we've seen them do. Meanwhile, Marshfield, it's kind of hard to play this pace. They kind of lull you to sleep. And if you don't stay on your toes, that's what will happen defensively. So you really have to focus, because they are using all that play clock every time.
Two receivers on either side for Niblett. Back to throw. Quickly out to Fox on the left side, but he's double tackled. That's going to be no gain.
Look like Carpenter and Wright out there on the tackle. Good coverage. Looks like Henley's gone to 3 down linemen and put an extra linebacker in there. And that's why they're able to get to those little swing passes so quickly. It worked pretty well in the last drive. We'll see if they can stop this one.
2nd and 10, 9:20 on the clock here in the second quarter of a 7-7 ball game. Tight formation, Niblett back to throw. Pressure coming. Niblett retreating. He escapes. Flag comes in. That's an easy call. I think that's going to be a blindside block. They do wrestle Niblett down, but I think this is going to be a much bigger loss than that tackle.
Yeah, he was crazy legs back there. He was running every direction in circles trying to escape that Henley front. Sieben ended up making the tackle, but I think we saw 3 flags. All the officials saw what was going on down there. And that's going to bring Marshfield back even more. They may decline this because it was a pretty significant loss. See what they do. Yeah, that's going to drive them. That's going to be a 15-yarder.
So that'll put Marshfield back at their 13-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 30. My goodness.
Yeah, that was a block in the back, and everybody in attendance saw it. It wasn't hard to see. Every official saw it.
Could see it from here.
Yeah, that's just one of those that's pretty easy call. Long 2nd down.
Trips right, 1 to the left.
Coach Green's talking to the officials here. They're actually out on the field. I'm not sure what. He had a question there. So they did stop play for a second.
Looks like now everybody's ready. 2nd and 30. Trips right, one to the left. Niblett over the middle. Zips it past Whitcomb.
I think that was Janney back there step for step. Good coverage. And it's now 3rd down and 30. Good work from this Henley defense the last couple of series here. They made some changes, and it's worked out in their favor. That's what you have to do. Just kind of see what's in front of you, make some changes, adapt as you go.
If they can finish the drive off on this play, they're looking at a pretty good field position to start their next drive.
Don't want to give up a big play here. Keep everybody in front.
Same formation. Niblett under pressure, escapes up the middle, but throws incomplete.
Yeah, Ronan Wright with the pressure there forced Niblett to hurry that throw. Wright's really played well tonight. Been in on a lot of plays, and that defense is going to force another punt.
Mark Carpenter's going to post up at the Marshfield 40.
They're kind of kicking away from him, which is probably wise.
Ramey punting from the goal line. Carpenter does have a punt return touchdown this season. They probably saw that on film.
Carpenter deep for the Hornets.
Pretty good kick. Carpenter is actually going to catch this one. Carpenter tracked down at the 45, unable to escape the tackle. Nice job by Chandler Wyatt keeping a hold of him.
Yeah, Wyatt did make a good play. Didn't let Mark get anywhere. But Henley still with pretty good field position, and they'll be in Pirate territory to start this drive.
Mark Carpenter, in case you haven't been watching the past 2 weeks, is not an easy guy to keep a hold of.
He's very elusive and he's very fast.
He has left the field riddled with broken ankles against North Bend and Ashland.
Yeah, he's an experienced player, having a good season.
I've got him lined up alone on the left side to start this drive on the Marshfield 46. 3 receivers out to the right. Janney looking to throw, goes right side for Shively, catches it and steps out of bounds. It'll be a short gain.
Just a little 4 and out. They were given some room over there, so Henley took it. Henley just trying to find some rhythm. When you have an offense like they do, they have to kind of get into a rhythm. Once they find what works, they're really tough to beat. In the meantime, they're struggling just a little bit.
2nd and 6. Marshfield almost jumped. Henley gets the play call in from the sideline. 2 receivers on either side. Janney to throw. Runs up the middle. Janney, first down and more. Janney to the 25, brought down at the 20. That's the first big run we've seen from Joe Janney tonight.
Yeah, when things don't work, that's always a good solution. Give that a shot. And we've seen that many times over the last 2 seasons. Joe's a great runner, and that was just what they needed there. A big first down for the Hornets.
7:20 left in the first half. Henley on the Marshfield 20. 2 receivers on either side. It's a handoff to Brunick. Brunick rolls his way to the 15.
That was a strong run. Good push from that line. And he picks up 5.
Second and 5. Looks like the same formation, although I think is that Trapper Kundal in at running back? Yes, it is. Janney will throw to him on the swing pass. He stumbles, stays in bounds, and turns up for a short gain.
Henley's run that a few times now. Those receivers just clear out of that area. Leaves that side open for Kundal. Just a little short of the first down. Probably needs about 3.
Two receivers on either side. Kundal on the left hip of Janney. Janney to throw. He's got Kundal open on the left side, but it was off his hands.
And that was the same sort of play, except to this side this time, and he was open out there. Ball was kind of flipped over his shoulder. He had to kind of turn around on it and couldn't make the catch. So Henley with a 4th down. They're in the red zone.
They're going to keep the offense on the field, and they're bringing Handsome Townsend in at running back. No, they're actually going to line him up at receiver. Empty backfield for Joe Janney. 3 to the right, 2 to the left. Shively comes in motion now. Janney runs up the middle. Janney should have the first down, and he does.
It's a good 4th down play. He just spread everybody out and let Joe find a way. He's a good runner, and he picked up the first down, keeping this drive alive. Big play.
Ball there. It was a design quarterback draw. So now Kundal back in at running back on the left hip of Janney with 2 receivers on either side. Henley with a 1st and goal from the 9. Kundal up the middle, and he'll get to about the 7.
He picked up just a couple. Henley not having a lot of success on those inside runs, but they're keeping the ball moving forward.
.535 remaining in the half. 2nd and goal from the 7. Janney fakes the handoff, keeps it, goes left, but gets popped.
Yeah, well defended that time for Marshfield. Brody Ramey made a good play on the outside. Didn't let Joe get out into open field. And Henley now looking at 3rd down.
Loss of 1, 3rd and goal from the 8. Here in a 7-7 ball game. It's like Henley's trying to substitute, and now Matt Green's going to have to take a timeout. We'll keep it here.
Yeah, there was some confusion with personnel. Henley didn't have the right number of players out there. And this is an important 3rd down and goal, so they wanted to make sure to get things straight before they snap the football. There's been a lot of traffic, offensively. They haven't had a lot of open field tonight, Henley. There's been well played defensively for Marshfield, and they haven't had a lot of open looks. There's been a lot of blocks that have not come up the way they want, and Marshfield's been able to defend very well on the inside and the outside. So Henley trying to finish off this drive with points of some kind. Henley missed a field goal earlier in the game. If they don't score here, they may try that again.
Yeah, that one was a 37-yarder. This one would be a 25-yarder if they're unable to advance the ball further. 2 receivers on either side for Janney. He drops back, looking for the end zone. Caught, touchdown, Bryson Montag.
Well done, good pass, good catch. Bryson Montag, he was just dragging through the end zone. And Joe put the ball right on the money. His defender slipped, and he was wide open. Touchdown for Henley.
13-7 pending the PAT. Tobiasen on for the kick. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up, and it is good. So Henley back on top, 14-7 with 4:43 left in the second quarter. Matt Bowling here alongside Kevin Petrick. This is Henley football on 104.3 and 960 Sports.
Introducing Smith Bates Marcom Solutions, your trusted partner in marketing and communication. We specialize in crafting compelling campaigns, eye-catching graphics, and impactful branding materials.
Smith Bates is like working with dependable friends. They always help us build our professional image.
Through the innovative strategies that the team at Smith Bates suggested, we've been able to give the brand at Calor the boost that it desperately needed.
Unlock your potential with Smith Bates Marcom Solutions.
Bison's kick is short and returned. Up past the 30, finally brought out at the 35 goes Hayden Whitcomb after he had to push his own man out of the way.
Yeah, that was interesting. Blocker wasn't moving quick enough. He just pushed him out of there.
8-yard touchdown reception by Bryson Montag has given Henley a 14-7 lead. That is his third touchdown reception of the season. And he hasn't gotten many targets the past couple weeks as other teams have had a really hard time stopping Mark Carpenter. Last week at Ashland, he had one reception for 2 yards, but when Henley really needed one, able to free himself up and haul in a touchdown on that drive. Marshfield runs it up the middle with Caleb Fox, and it's a short gain up to the 40.
It's like Ronan Wright again, up among the tacklers on that play.
Second down and 5.
And Marshfield gets a good first down carry of 5 yards. That's what they're looking for. Let's get 5 and 6 yard chunks at a time. Run that clock. We're down to 4 minutes now left in the half.
2nd and 4 from their own 41. Trips right, one to the left for Niblett. Handoff. This is Tice, and Tice will only pick up a couple. Big chance for Henley to get off the field here. It's 3rd and 1.
Yeah, big third down. Henley had a big play on 3rd down last time in this situation. We'll see if they can do that again.
Jaden Tice in the backfield on the right side of Niblett. They got trips right, one to the left. 3 down linemen for Henley. It's a run, and Tice will have the first down.
Yeah, he didn't get it by much. Good tackle from Kern, but they just didn't need very much, so they do pick up the first down. And the clock now under 3 minutes left to play here in the first half.
2:47 to go. Ball on the 46-yard line. Big hit in the backfield as Niblett tried to take the designed run.
That was Tobias, and Max's first instinct. He went for the football there. He almost knocked it loose. That was a good play. He tried to force the ball out, but he makes the tackle, and no gain.
Second and 10. Niblett pitch out to Tice. Tice with plenty of room. He will get into Henley territory for the first down.
The option's a good play if you can pull it off. You have a good quarterback that can make that pitch, make good decisions. And that was very good that time. Held the ball just long enough, pitched it to the outside, and end up with a good gain and a first down.
Ball on the Henley 39. Fresh set of downs for Marshfield. They may have to consider going hurry up here, as we're now down to a minute 34 left in the half.
Yeah, they don't seem to be making much of a change. They're just keeping the same pace.
Pitch out to Tice. Right side, and this time they bottle him up.
Joe Janney was in there first from his safety position. They were all look and run that time. Good defense from Henley.
And now Marshfield will take a timeout. 1:09 left in the first half. Henley trying to hold on to a 14-7 lead here in Coos Bay. Matt Bowling here alongside Kevin Petrick. This is Hornets football on 104.3 and 960 Sports.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see two things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys and I want to see my high school. And those are the two memories that stick out the most to me.
A minute 9 remaining in the first half. Marshfield with a 2nd and 10 on the Henley 39, trailing 14-7.
Marshfield did a nice job executing their game plan. If they could tie this thing up at halftime, that would be just what they were looking for.
Niblett, pitch to Tice. Tice throws it to Niblett. Niblett shakes a man and gets to about the 32.
Yeah. Well defended by Henley. Wright was over there. He didn't get fooled. That was it was drawn up that way. That was a quarterback throwback. That running back looked to throw the football once he got it. He made the pass, but not for that much of a gain. So good work from Henley, not getting fooled there. And Marshfield will use a timeout here on 3rd down.
We're going to go ahead and keep it here. Marshfield's got one timeout left. 58.3 seconds on the clock.
We've seen teams try this before with this pace, and it works. It works great if the game's close. What happens is if Henley gets a 2 or 3 touchdown lead, then you have to change things because you have to hurry your pace, change your game plan. If Marshfield can tie it up here or keep it within 7, they can continue this in the second half.
Henley will get the ball to start the 3rd quarter. Niblett rolling out, looking to throw. He'll have to take it. They send him out at the 30.
Good coverage downfield. He had nowhere to throw the football, and Jerry Brunick was there to make the tackle. Henley defense coming up strong again in key situations. It's 4th and short. It's a big play here as we close out the first half.
Rain's starting to come down here at Marshfield. We'll see what the Pirates elect to do here. If they were going to try to throw it on 4th and 3. 48 seconds to go. It will be a handoff. Breaking around the left side and picking up the first down is going to be Jaden Tice.
Handsome Townsend with a good tackle. Made sure he didn't pick up any more yards than where he got. But that is a first down. And they're still looking at 42 seconds left to play here in the second quarter.
Clock running. Marshfield with the ball on the Henley 23. Niblett. Pitch to Whitcomb. Whitcomb reverse around the right side, and they track him down for a short gain.
That was a good move just to get out of bounds and stop the clock. Joe Janney there. Henley players did nice work staying in their lanes, not letting him get outside for a big gain. He just picked up one.
Trips left, one to the right. Tice on the left hip of Niblett in the backfield. 2nd and 9. Niblett back to throw. Looking for the end zone and caught for the touchdown. Hayden Whitcomb.
That ball was a bullet. He threw a perfect pass across the field into the far side in the back of the end zone. Just a beauty. Not much you can do to defend that when the ball is thrown that well. Good route, good pass, and they ran that last 2 minutes to perfection. They have a chance to tie the ball game.
Looks like they're coming in with the swinging gate as Mallory Ed gets set for the PAT. It is up and good. So we are tied at 14 with 20 seconds left. Matt Bowling here alongside Kevin Petrick. This is Henley Football on 104.3 and 960 Sports.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, deep breaths and watch your speed. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
During the Les Schwab Founders Celebration Sale, save up to $150 instantly on select sets of 4 tires. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Marshfield executes a tremendous end-of-half drive to tie this game at 14 with 20 seconds remaining. Flag on the kickoff.
I think somebody stepped over the line too soon. I think Marshfield might have been offsides. They'll back it up. Yeah, Marshfield just had a game plan, stuck to it, and it's worked in their favor for sure. Number 3 in the state comes to town. You have to try some things, and it's worked out for them here in this first half. Henley, though, still in a good position. They're tied. They get that offense going in the second half.
Marshfield will re-kick from their own 35. Squib kick, rolls, and is taken from the Henley 25. Yeah! Carpenter able to get to about the 40. So Henley maybe with a chance to do something if they can get a couple quick plays off with 14.2 seconds to go.
Yeah, they got a couple timeouts. We'll see what they decide to do. They may try some long passes, take a couple shots deep, see what happens. They have good receivers to do that.
Trips right, one to the left. Kern on the left hip of Janney. It's a quarterback draw. Janney around the left side, tackled at the 45. And Henley's going to call timeout.
Yeah, they were hoping to spread the field there and give Janney a lot of room. Maybe he could run for the whole thing. Not a bad idea. He had some room, but not quite enough. He picked up about 7. And that just leaves 6 seconds here in the first half. Probably time for just one play. So if they do go deep, now's the time.
.4 seconds on the clock. Henley will have the ball on their own 45.
Janney has a good arm. He could throw the ball most of the way there to the end zone from here. Probably can't get it all the way to the end zone, but close.
Kern in the backfield with Janney on his right hip. Trips left, one to the right. Janney to throw. Pressure coming. Janney just throws it to the sideline. And, well, the clock expired, but that shouldn't be the case. There should be a couple seconds left.
I would think they would reset the clock. They're talking about it. Joe did that on purpose. There was nobody down there. He was flushed out of the pocket, so he thought, well, I'll just bury the football and try to stop the clock, but the clock operator let it run, and that's where we're going to stand.
Yeah. Well, all right. Henley 14, Marshfield 14 at halftime here in Coos Bay. Matt Bowling here alongside Kevin Petrick. We'll have we will recap this first half in our halftime show on the other side of this break. You're listening to Henley Football on 104.3 and 960 Sports.
Wait, all I do is wait. So lonely, I just sigh and moan. Seems like I've been waiting forever, wondering if you're coming home. I just saw your face, I know you're coming home. I swear there is no place that feels as good as home. And then I heard your voice, I know you're coming home.
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coltwell Banker, where home begins.
Threads. There are many threads that run through our region. There are churches and schools and little league teams that bring us together and bind us into communities. There are roads and cars. There are houses and jobs and businesses, all woven together to make the fabric of our communities. There are financial threads that are part of that tapestry as well. For over 80 years, it's been our pleasure to be headquartered here, providing financial services to generations of our friends and neighbors. From that first savings account, to retirement planning, and all of the cars and houses and groceries in between, we keep your money local, investing it back into our communities, adding more threads to the fabric to make our communities stronger. Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union. Find your path.
Game 12-6 North Douglas.
Not corporate. At Clown Falls Subaru, we built our business on that simple promise. Well, that and some of the best people you're ever going to meet. Hi, I'm Rob Cedar, General Manager at Clown Falls Subaru. Our 62 employees make it easy for us to live up to our comfortable, not corporate philosophy. Friendly faces, easy answers, straight talk, fairness, and exceptional service. These are the things you expect. These are the things that all of our people deliver. Our management team, sales pros, certified service and body shop techs, lot attendants, and detail experts are all 100% focused on you. Local people putting their friends and neighbors first. At Clown Falls Subaru, that's the only way we do business. It's comfortable, not corporate. Our team members also spend hundreds of hours each year supporting local charities and events through the Subaru Love Promise. That's the kind of people they are. We're very proud of them. They're your friends, they're your neighbors, they're glad to know you, and they want you to be glad to know them too. I'm Rob, and this is what makes us comfortable.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see two things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys, and I want to see my high school. And those are the two memories that stick out the most to me.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, deep breaths and watch your speed. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Roll into summer. Save up to $200 instantly on a wide selection of tires and wheels. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Introducing Smith Bates Marcom Solutions, your trusted partner in marketing and communication. We specialize in crafting compelling campaigns, eye-catching graphics, and impactful branding materials.
Smith Bates is like working with dependable friends. They always help us build our professional image.
Through the innovative strategies that the team at Smith Bates suggested, we've been able to give the brand at Calor the boost that it desperately needed.
Unlock your potential with Smith Bates Marcom Solutions.
Here at a rainy Marshfield High School as the homecoming ceremony takes place in front of us. It is 14-14 at the half between number 3 Henley and 1-6 Marshfield. Matt Bowling here alongside Kevin Petrick. Kevin, you've got our first half scoring summary.
Yeah, let's take a look. Henley started off the scoring. 7:25 to play in the first quarter. Joe Janney with a 1-yard touchdown run. That was following an interception from Trapper Kundal. Joe walks into the end zone. Henley leads 7-0. And 5 minutes later in that first quarter, Marshfield puts 7 on the board with a 19-yard touchdown run from Hayden Whitcomb. That completes the scoring in the first quarter. Score tied 7-7. In the second quarter, Henley scores again. 8-yard touchdown pass to Bryson Montag in the back of the end zone. Henley takes the lead 14-7. And then late in the second quarter, Hayden Whitcomb catches his touchdown pass, ties the score at 14, and that's where we are now here at halftime.
Certainly not the result that many people would have been expecting given the way the season has unfolded for these teams so far. But, you know, it makes me think about last year when Henley came to North Bend here in Coos Bay on the last week of the regular season, and that game was also quite a bit closer than a lot of people would have anticipated. So It's something about coming to the coast, making that 4-hour-plus drive, and additionally with the sharp drop in altitude, that can throw guys off.
Yeah, road trips like that, it does make a difference. You're 5 hours on a bus. You went to school today. You get on the bus. You show up, and it does take time to kind of get yourself going. I thought Henley showed better rhythm on offense as the game progressed in that second quarter. So I feel like they will come out and be successful on offense. They do need to make some defensive adjustments though, because Marshfield is they're kind of dominating the game offensively the way that they want to play it. They're playing methodically, they're playing at a slow pace, and they're really mixing up their plays. They've been effective running the ball inside, and they've thrown the ball very well also. So Henley will do what they have to do defensively. They'll make some changes there to get that offense rolling, and they'll probably get the result that they want. But Marshfield so far has really called a good game.
Another thing worth considering, too, I think, we kind of discussed this on our show, Ballin' in the Basin, on Wednesday. We're going to talk about it in pregame, but the schedule got a little bit messed up. This is probably the closest thing to a trap game that Henley's had this season, because next week they'll host Mazama. It's the regular season finale, and if Henley wins this game and if Mazama holds on to beat Ashland tonight, I think they're up 28 at the half. That game is going to decide the league championship. And it's a top 10 matchup. Henley ranked number 3, Mazama ranked number 8. It's easy to look ahead when you have that kind of matchup coming after a game against a 1-6 team. But I mean, you look at Marshfield, they've still got a lot to play for. They're 1-2 in league play. Depending on what happens in the North Bend Hidden Valley game tonight, if North Bend beats Hidden Valley, if Marshfield wins tonight, and then Marshfield beats North Bend next week, the Pirates would get the third and final playoff spot from Special District 4. So even though they've only won one game so far, their season is still very, very much alive.
Sure, and they know that. If they win out, they're in a good position to make the postseason. So it's homecoming tonight, and you can tell that their kids are amped up, and they came out a little bit with more fire than Henley, and they've kept this game close. If they keep this game close, that's going to be in their best interest. If Henley can get ahead by a score or two, I think that will change the look of things here in the second half.
Interesting you mentioned close games, though, Kevin. Of Marshfield's 6 losses this season, 4 of them have been one-possession games.
Yeah, well, you can tell tonight they've got skilled players. They've got a good quarterback. They've got good receivers and runners. And, yeah, you have to play your game and play it well, or they will beat you. So they've shown that they've definitely got skilled players.
Talk about defensive adjustments, too. I want to point out Marshfield, 14 points so far tonight outside of their one win this season, 41-33 over an Ashland defense that's among the worst in 4A. They've only been averaging 18.5 points per game. So definitely some stuff to clean up there if you're Henley.
Yep.
I believe we do have some other scores from around the basin. I know Lost River playing Rogue River tonight.
Yeah, let's see. That one's second quarter score from Rogue River. Lost River leads that one 28-0. Just got an update from the Mazama game at halftime. Mazama leads 27-14 over Ashland. And second quarter score, North Douglas leads Cross Point 12-6 in an 8-man game tonight.
That was our Gino's Cafe game of the week. You can watch that live on on mybasin.com, or listen on 1150 92.9 KAGO. Josh Eldridge is on the call for that one. Huge game in the 1A 8-player classification. Both of those teams, undefeated. Cross Point ranked number 2. North Douglas ranked number 4. That game very likely going to decide the league championship for those two teams.
Yeah, big one. Big one there in 1A. Big game.
Lost River, meanwhile, that's no big surprise to see they're up big against a Rogue River team that's really been struggling this season. They are 2-5, 1-3 in league play. They're coming off a 53-6 loss to Lowell, but Lost River really turning things around after what, by their standards, was a pretty rough start to the season. 2-2, now closing in on 4 straight wins, and only one of those was really even close for a little bit. That first one against Bonanza, they ended up winning 50-26.
Yeah, I think they'll have a big game with Lowell coming up, if I'm right, in a couple of weeks, or maybe next week.
Next week, that's
correct.
correct.
That'll be a big game for those two, and probably have some postseason ramifications in that one.
Yeah, that will decide who finishes second.
Yeah.
In that league. Culver has essentially clinched first place already. They've got 2 very easy games remaining. They're ranked number 1 in 2A. And Lost River, man, they were 1 play away from beating Culver.
Yeah, both their losses were tight. They played close games against, I think, the top 2 of the top 3 in the state or something like that. So, yeah, they've had some good competition. They'll be there at the end, like they usually are.
They have a tougher road to get there, though, as they're only ranked number 12 in 2A currently. According to the computer rankings, it's a 16-team bracket in that classification.
Henley looking at their own ranking here. If they could win the next couple, they would put themselves in a really good spot, similar to last year. Maybe be 2 or 3 ranked going into the playoffs. That seems most likely if they're able to win the next 2 weeks. And that'll get you a couple home games, maybe a neutral site game if you continue to win. So Henley with lots to play for. And I think we'll see them realize that here in the second half.
Yeah, certainly. Like you said, Kevin, you want, I think if you're Henley, you definitely want a top 4 seed.
Right.
That will, as you said, guarantee you 2 home playoff games. It will, because there's a neutral site for the semifinals and for the state championship game. So, I mean, the top 4 is tough this year. Right now, you've got Cascade at number 1. They've outscored their opponents 313-74 this season. You've got Marist Catholic at number 2. Them and Henley played a really tight game back in week 3. Henley won at Marist Catholic 19-16. Then you've got Philomath currently ranked number 4. They were undefeated before meeting Cascade last week, and, well, they fell hard. 60-19. We'll see if the Warriors are really legit or not once we get into the postseason. But, yeah, the point being, no matter if you're the 1, 2, 3, or 4 seed, at some point you're probably going to run into Cascade or Marist Catholic or perhaps Philomath. It really doesn't matter once you get up to that point where you're getting those 2 guaranteed home games.
Right, and coming to Klamath Falls is a chore, and a lot of teams don't like to do that. That's the benefit of Henley and Mazama. If you can get a top 4 seed, they have to come to you twice, and that really is an advantage. It helps them out a lot. So that's what Henley's trying to do here tonight and next week. And I believe Marist and Cascade have yet to play, so those are the top 2 teams in the state. So we'll see how things shake out.
And we'll see how things shake out in the second half after this break. Matt Bowling here alongside Kevin Petrick. You're listening to Henley Football on 104.3 and 960 Sports.
Introducing Smith Bates Marcom Solutions, your trusted partner in marketing and communication. We specialize in crafting compelling campaigns, eye-catching graphics, and impactful branding materials.
Smith Bates is like working with dependable friends. They always help us build our professional image.
Through the innovative strategies that the team at Smith Bates suggested, we've been able to give the brand at Calor the boost that it desperately needed.
Unlock your potential with Smith Bates Marcom Solutions.
the innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coldwell Banker, where home begins.
Handsome Townsend misplays the bouncing ball and has to return it from the goal line. Gets back to the 10.
That was almost a nightmare. That kickoff was a line driver, and it made a crazy big hop, and it bounced just over the outstretched hands of Townsend and went back toward the end zone. But he was wise to get back there, picked it up, kind of collected himself, and got the ball back out to the 10-yard line. So Henley will maintain possession, but that could have been ugly.
Henley starting on their own 12. Tie game, 14-14. Handoff up the middle, doesn't get very far.
Henley opens up with a run up the middle. Just picked up a couple. These are the parts of the game that personally I like, Matt. I like coming out of halftime and seeing what changes the coaches make. Good teams can coach on the fly and make changes in that first half, but when you get in the locker room, you can do a lot. You have 5 or 10 minutes to talk with your team, and we'll see how these teams respond.
2nd and 8. Janney back to throw. Under pressure immediately. Has to scramble right. Flings the ball downfield and out of the reach of Bryson Montag.
Lucas Falau is causing a lot of problems, and he was through the line in a hurry, and he chased Joe clear across the field. They've got to find a way to block him and give Gianni a little bit of time to get his feet underneath of him so he can make a good throw. He was just running for his life on that one.
3rd and 8. Trips right, one to the left. Janney, pressure coming, able to get the ball off this time to Montag. Montag shakes a tackler. Montag making moves up the sideline, and that's going to be a good-sized gain for Henley.
Some good running after the catch from Montag. And that route took a long time to develop. He came clear across the field, and Janney had time. So the good work by the Henley offensive line. Give their quarterback time to throw, make a good connection, and a first down.
Ball on the 38. Same formation. This time it's a handoff to Kundal. Kundal jets across midfield, and he's wrestled down at the Marshfield 45.
Jant's call with a huge kick-out block opened up a huge hole over there. Well done. Good play for Henley, another first down.
First and 10. Henley sticking with that same formation. Trips right, one to the left. Marshfield almost jumps. It is Kundal spinning down to the 40.
Good work again by Henley's left side of the line. They saw something they liked over there. They changed the play from the sideline and picked up about 6.
That'll bring up 2nd and 4. Ball on the Marshfield 38. Play action. Janney has to throw quickly and does. Out to Montag. Montag tackled at the 29, but that'll move the chains.
Montag having a big game. Good route that time. Kind of worked the seam in the middle of the field, then shot to the far sideline. Janney made a good throw. Had to throw the ball clear across the field. Had to do it over the outstretched arms of Falau again. So a good offensive play.
As we said, Montag hasn't gotten many targets the past couple weeks, but clearly stayed ready. Hand off to Brunick, left side. Brunick with a nice cut. Brunick spinning his way inside the 20, still going. Jeremiah Brunick, they finally get him down at the 5.
That was just a good old-fashioned sidestep. He made a great cut to his left and then just spun his way down the field. Great run.
.8:44 left in the third quarter. Trips right, one to the left. Kundal on the right hip of Janney. Kundal takes the handoff, and they get him at the line of scrimmage.
Henley coming out here in this third quarter, putting together a nice drive. Have the ball inside the 5 now. Trying to take the lead.
Second and goal from the 5. Man in motion. Janney back to throw. Wide open right side. Montag. Oh ho! Broken ankles. Touchdown.
And there's Bryson Montag yet again. You know, they're focusing on Carpenter, which we talked about. You have to do that when he's having such a good year, and that leaves other players. It gives them a chance to perform. And if you have good talent like Henley does on the outside, you're going to make them pay for that. But Montag having a great game. That's his second touchdown tonight.
And again, he came in with 2 touchdowns on the season. Tobiasen on for the PAT. It is up and it is good. So with 8:02 left in the third quarter, Henley takes a 21-14 lead here at Marshfield. Matt Bowling alongside Kevin Petrick. This is Hornets football on 104.3 and 960 Sports.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see 2 things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys and I want to see my high school. And those are the 2 memories that stick out the most to me.
Max Tobiasen's kickoff is fielded from the 5. Return to the 20-yard line. and Hayden Whitcomb is shoved out of bounds. Bryson Montag with his second touchdown reception of the night has given Henley a 21-14 lead. And Kevin, we talked about Henley not able to get a ton from Mark Carpenter tonight because the Marshfield defense has really keyed in on him. It's just a sign of the depth of this Henley receiving core that pretty much anyone can step up. As a matter of fact, you go back to the Hornets season opener against Lakeview. In that game, Joe Janney threw pass completions to 6 different receivers.
Yeah, they have very good skill players. And if you leave them open, they will make you pay. Marshfield's
First play from scrimmage this half will go for a gain of 1.
Nolan Sieben got behind the line. Great pursuit. Good tackle. He maybe got a yard.
2nd and 9. Moves the ball up to the Marshfield 24. 7.5 minutes to go in the third quarter.
That Henley offense put together a great drive coming out of halftime.
Trips right, 1 to the left. Niblett with space, throws, and it's caught. Christopher Hooper laying out for that one. It's a short gain.
And Niblett was scrambling. Looked like he was going to keep it and run. Then at the last minute, just threw a dart. He threw that ball hard. Good catch away from the body there from Hooper. And that brings up 3rd and short.
They'll mark it 3rd and 1. Ball on the Marshfield 32. Trips right, 1 to the left. Niblett fakes the handoff. He'll take it up the middle and make his way to the Marshfield 44. He's definitely got a good burst.
Yeah, we haven't seen him run the ball too much tonight. But that was a good decision. If he sees room, he needs to take it. And that's what he did to pick up the first down. Marshfield sticking with their plan here. They're taking their time between snaps. They trail by 7. Just over 6 minutes left to play here in the third quarter.
2 receivers on either side this time for Niblett, who's got Caleb Fox now shifting over from his left to his right. It's a handoff to Fox, and he picks up about 3, spinning his way to an extra yard or 2.
Henley defensive line doing good work there. I think that was Kundal in on the tackle.
Second and 6. Trips right, 1 to the left. Niblett pitches, gets hit hard, but able to get it off to Caleb Fox, who turns upfield for the first down. And now Hayden Whitcomb is down after the play. He's responsible for both Marshfield touchdowns tonight. This would be a big loss for the Pirates if he's unable to continue.
Yeah, he's played very well tonight. He's definitely a key to that offense.
Looks like it's going to take them a minute to take care of him, so we'll step aside. Matt Bowling here alongside Kevin Petrick. Henley leads Marshfield 21-14 with 5:18 to go in the third quarter. This is Hornets football on 104.3 and 960 Sports.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, deep breaths and watch your speed. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
During the Les Schwab Founders Celebration Sale, save up to $150 instantly on select sets of 4 tires. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
All I do is wait. So lonely, I just sigh and moan. Seems like I've been waiting forever, wondering if you're coming home. I just saw your face. I know you're coming home. I swear there is no place that feels as good as home. And then I heard your voice. I know you're coming home. I know you're coming home.
This is where unconditional love.
Hayden Whitcomb currently being helped off the field. As we said, he is responsible for both Marshfield touchdowns tonight.
You hate to see that. He's played really well tonight. Tough break for Marshfield there.
5:18 to go. Pirates trail 21-14. 1st and 10 on the Henley 33. Handoff goes to Caleb Fox, and he's brought down after a gain of 2.
Good sure-handed tackle there. I think that was call.
Second down, 7.
Picked up a few. Bringing up 2nd down.
Second and 8. Hand off to Tice. Tice, end around. Tice going down the sideline. Flag comes in. This could be coming back.
Yeah, that flag was thrown behind the play. The play went outside. It was a sweep. And there's the reason. There was a lane over there. There was a hold.
So that negates a run that would have put Marshfield inside the Henley 10. Instead, it'll send them back to the 39.
Yeah, that was right at the point of emphasis there on that play. That hold was the reason he got outside, so good call. Make things a little tougher here for Marshfield.
It's a sweep for Luke Fry. Fry cuts. Oh, my! He gets absolutely leveled.
That was Kern out there. Jason Kern with a tackle. He was following that play clear across the field, made a big hit. And Marshfield now has gone almost exclusively outside with sweeps and pitches. They see something that they like. As long as Henley stays disciplined and stays in their lane, and they don't pinch inside, they stay outside, don't let that ball get to the sidelines, they'll be in good shape.
3rd and 10. Ball on the 33. Niblett to pass. Pressure coming. Able to get it off. This is Fox, and Fox is brought down at the line of scrimmage. Tracked down well by the quarterback, Joe Janney.
Yeah, Joe Janney with good coverage. That was good down and distance recognition there from Henley. It was 3rd and long. They kept everyone in front. Let him catch the football, then make an instant tackle. And that brings up a 4th down situation for Marshfield. They've used a lot of clock here. We're down to almost 3 minutes left here in this 3rd quarter.
4th and 8. And they're going for it. Trips left, 1 to the right. Niblett takes it, rolls left, throws, incomplete. Henley's going to take over on downs.
Good defense from Henley out there. They had 2 players in the area and really a tight window. Would have taken a perfect throw from Niblett that time. And that Henley line, they went to 4 down linemen that time, put enough pressure on the quarterback, and Henley gets the ball on downs. Good defensive play there from Henley on that series.
2:54 remaining in the third quarter. Hornets get the ball back up 21-14. Staving off an upset-minded Marshfield team. Two receivers on either side. Janney, quick throw out to Montag in space. Montag shaking defenders and making his way to the 39.
That's a play we see all the time. Joe just makes a quick throw out to that sideline receiver if no one's out there. And Montag with a good catch, made a player miss, picked up 8.
2nd and 3. Henley up to their own 38. Janney, quick throw. Shively couldn't reel that one in. It was a back shoulder. Bit of a tough ask of the receiver there.
Kind of turned him around a little bit. Would have been enough for the first down had he caught it. But they'll have to try it again here on 3rd down.
Third and 3. Rain continuing to fall here at Marshfield.
It's a big play here for Henley. You want to keep this drive alive. Extend that lead.
Janney, quick throw. Brunick cuts up for the first down, and he is into Marshfield territory.
Nice little pass and catch. Nothing too tricky. Brunick over in the flat. Just flipped the ball to him. And he headed straight for the first down marker and picked up the yardage he needed. Big 3rd down conversion for Henley.
Trips right, one to the left. Hand off to Kundal. He tries to go left and will only pick up a couple.
Lane Olson with a good tackle that time for Marshfield. Good pursuit. Kept that gain to a minimum. It'll be 2nd down.
Trips right, one to the left. Janney, designed run, takes it left, finds a hole. Janney almost to the first down marker.
He's so good at getting the most out of every carry. Looks like he might be taken down, and he's able to get 3 or 4 more yards. Make a nice cut.
They're going to move the chains for him.
First down carry, well done.
Janney to throw. Pressure coming up the middle. Escapes to the right. Gets the pass off. Caught. Montag. House call.
Wow. What a throw. He threw that on a dead run. Kind of did a little hop, a skip, and then just chucked it. And Montag again finds himself open. And another touchdown, his 3rd. Huge play for Henley. Take a 2-score lead.
Tobiason's PAT is up and good. So with a 1:11 left in the third quarter, Henley goes up 28-14 over Marshfield. Matt Bowling alongside Kevin Petrick. This is Hornets football on 104.3 and 960 Sports.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see two things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys and I want to see my high school. And those are the two memories that stick out the most to me.
A hat trick of touchdowns for Bryson Montag, his third of the night, gives Henley a 28-14 lead with 1:11 to go in the third quarter. Next, Tobiason's kickoff is returned.
That was excellent kick coverage from Trapper Kundal. I watched him on that play. He shed 2 blocks and then made his way to the football fast. And they're going to start inside the 20. Well done. Marshfield taking their time. Standing over the football, waiting for the play. Now they get set.
Trips right, one to the left. It's a handoff up the middle and a nice big hole for Caleb Fox. He's going to get up past the 30.
It's a good first down run.
That was Jaden Tice on the carry, excuse me.
We're down to 1 minute now here to play in the third quarter. Things may change a little bit for the Pirates. They don't seem to be in any more of a hurry, but now that they're down 2 touchdowns with just 1 quarter to play, time does become a factor. Their drives have been eating 5 or 6 minutes off the clock. There just isn't time for that. So we'll see if they pick it up here in the fourth quarter.
Marshfield from their own 32, 1st and 10. Niblett takes the snap, runs right. Henley tracks him down just past the line of scrimmage.
Brunick's had some good defensive plays tonight. He's looking strong out there. A lot of good lateral movement. He made the play that time.
And that should be the end of the third quarter. It is. Henley 28, Marshfield 14. Hornets looking to make things a bit more comfortable here in the final 12 minutes. Matt Bowling alongside Kevin Petrick. This is Henley football on 104.3 and 960 Sports.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate!
Marshfield starts the fourth quarter with a 2nd and 5 from their own 37. They trail by 2 touchdowns. Enoch Niblett drops back to throw, loses the ball as he's sacked. Henley should have the recovery. Referee signals Hornets ball. And that is the 2nd forced turnover of the game for the Henley defense.
Sieben knocked it loose. Call fell on it. And just like that, Henley can go up 3 scores as they're in the red zone already. What a good defensive play. Kind of a blindside shot. Quarterback never saw it coming. Good defensive work from Henley.
Ball is going to be spotted on the Marshfield 19.
Henley really coming out in the second half. Some good coaching. You know, they saw what was working. They exploited it. You take advantage of it. Montag seems to be the place to go tonight. He's got 3 touchdowns. That defense making a big play. Things definitely going Henley's way here.
Trips right, 1 to the left. Carpenter motions over, takes the handoff on the sweep. Breaks a tackle, turns in for the touchdown. Well, there's Mark Carpenter.
Well, you know, he hasn't had much luck receiving tonight, so another piece of good coaching. You get him the ball any way you can, run a little sweep with him, and he can do what he does. Good runner, the nose for the end zone, and he finds it again.
And just like that, it's 34-14, PAT pending. Tobiasen in position, good snap, good hold. Kick is up, and it is good. Henley has outscored Marshfield 21-0 here in the second half. Matt Bowling alongside Kevin Petrick. This is Hornets football on 104.3 and 960 Sports.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see 2 things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys, and I want to see my high school. And those are the 2 memories that stick out the most to me.
Mark Carpenter takes a sweep in for the touchdown to put Henley up 35-14 with 11:45 left in this game.
Henley has a lot of offensive weapons, and then that defense comes in, gets a big turnover, and that just swings the game. You know, it's hard to do that kind of a game plan where you're slowing it down for an entire game.
Tobiasen's kick is fielded from inside the 5. Breaking a tackle and lowering the shoulder for a good gain is Carter McGriff there on the return.
Yeah, it's just tough. Once the game gets out of reach like that, that strategy of slowing things down and running a methodical offense, it worked for a couple quarters for Marshfield, but it really is hard to maintain that the entire game, and Henley's kind of broke this thing open, leading by 21. There's some good news. I think we see Whittecomb's back out there, Matt, which is good. Good to see that.
It did not look good. He was limping pretty bad as he came off. He's back out there as Marshfield comes out, trips left. Handoff up the middle, and that's going to be a tackle right at the line of scrimmage.
Out to the 26-yard line.
Good interior line play. Luis Venegas with the stop.
2nd down and 9.
Just a short gain, picked up maybe 1.
Second and 9. Niblett, quick throw and caught. No, incomplete. Lane Olson unable to hang on. So that'll make it 3rd and 9.
Just a short route, only about a 7-yard route there. It wouldn't have been enough for the first down, but the incompletion will make it 3rd and long.
3rd and 9. Marshfield on their own 26-yard line. Niblett back to pass. Gets it off on the right side. Unable to complete the tackle was Henley, and this is going to be a 1st down for Marshfield.
That was just a good hard run after the catch for Tice over there for Marshfield. And he picks up the 1st down.
Tice on the reception there. Gets it to the 36-yard line.
The clock is stopped as he was pushed out of bounds.
10:49 left in the game. Two receivers on either side. Quick throw out to Whitcomb, and he is hit hard. Jason Kern has been lowering the boom tonight, and he did it there.
Yeah, and Whitcomb's hurting a little bit. He's taken a lot of contact tonight. That was a good hard hit. Good timing. As soon as the catch was made, he was all over it. 2nd and 10.
Jason Kern, a senior, stepping into that starting job at linebacker, and he has really blossomed. Bad pitch. Loose ball. This is going to be a scoop and score.
Joe Janney with a touchdown on defense. That was a wild play, Matt. That ball, nobody could come up with it. He just kept rolling after the bad pitch, and Janney ends up with the football.
Looked like the play might have stopped for a second, but ball was still loose. Tice was the intended pitch man.
We talked about that earlier. That's a tricky play to run a lot, the option and the pitch. It goes sideways sometimes, and it did right there.
Tobiason's PAT is up and good, so with 9:55 to go, it's 42-14 Henley. Joe Janney's 2nd defensive touchdown of the season. He had a pick 6 against Cascade Christian.
He's thrown for 3, he's run for 1, and now he's added a defensive touchdown. So a big night again for Joe Janney. Rain coming down pretty good now here. Just about 10 minutes left to play in this one, and Henley leads 42-14. Henley's really turned this around, played a great second half. Took him a while to get going. He came off the bus a little slow. But that happens sometimes. Good teams will rebound, and Henley's played very well here in the second half.
Tobiason's PAT is returned from the 10. Turning upfield, caught at the 15. My mistake, it wasn't Cascade Christian, it was actually a Hidden Valley where Joe Janney had the pick 6. 75-yarder.
That's right. Carpenter made a nice play on that kickoff right there. He kind of lost his balance, but he had enough sense to just push the runner down. Just a good hard push. It was good enough to down the ball carrier. So once again, Marshfield starts inside their 20.
Handoff goes nowhere.
There were a whole lot of Hornets in on that tackle. That's a tackle for loss. We finally see some wind for the first time. We're getting a little bit wet up here in the press area because the rain's kind of blowing our way. That flag has been flat all night, but we're just getting a little bit of wind now and rain.
Clock running, 9:15 left in the game. 28-point lead for the Hornets. Niblett back to throw. Or no, actually that is not Niblett. That's Ashton Thornton now in at quarterback. Either way, the play goes nowhere. Pass was complete to Tice.
Yeah, Thornton just had to dump it to Tice. He had nowhere else to go. Excellent coverage in that defensive secondary. They had receivers all over the field in routes, and Henley was there. So that was well played on defense that time. And we're looking at a 3rd and 11.
From the 15-yard line, Ashton Thornton, the senior for Marshfield, listed at 5'11", 175. 2 receivers on either side for him. This is going to be a sweep with Whitcomb. Whitcomb able to slip past Kern that time.
He picked up about half of what he needed for the first down. So it'll be 4th down.
Fourth and 4. Marshfield's offense is still on the field. Thornton pursued, rolling right, looking to throw. He gets the pass off, but it's incomplete. Henley will take over on downs on the Marshfield 24.
That Henley defense really running on all cylinders that time, just too much pressure. No time to throw the football where they wanted. And Henley again with a very short field, leading 42-14. Update from Mazama. Ashland's closed the gap there. Mid-3rd quarter, Mazama leading now 27-20.
And we also talked about how that game could be a bit of a trap game for the Vikings as well. They matched their season-high offensive output last week with a 55-32 win at North Bend.
Cascade Christian winning big tonight in their game. Also Lakeview's beating Phoenix. Those help the RPI numbers for Henley as well. So a good night here for Henley.
Kern gets the handoff, finds space, and muscles his way to the end zone. Touchdown, Henley. Couple broken tackles. We talked about what an impact he's having on the defensive end so far tonight. There he gets into the end zone and maybe gets Henley to the running clock if Tobiasen can knock this PAT through.
Everything going Henley's way. That was a great run. Good power, and then he was really shifty at the end of that thing. Found his way into the end zone. Jason Kern with a touchdown.
Good snap, good hold. Kick is almost blocked, but Tobiasen boots it through. 49-14 Henley with 7:08 left in the 4th quarter. Well, from possible upset alert to running clock.
Well, that Henley defense has done an amazing job. They haven't given up any points here in the second half, which is great because that means the cannon's quiet. That's the first thing I'm worried about, is that cannon going off again. So if nothing else, the defense has held the cannon quiet, and the offense also played very well here. So Henley turned it around. That's what good teams do. And they're going to be in good shape going into next week.
Well, they would need one more touchdown to match the season high that they set last week. If not, they'll have to settle for their second highest point total of the year. Still a great showing by this Hornets offense. 28 second half points. Tobiason's kick is low to the left. This is going to roll out of bounds.
First one of those we've seen, so that'll give Marshfield a pretty good place to start.
Well, rain's coming down. That ball's probably a little wet.
Yeah.
Field's a little wet.
Yep.
That can make things difficult.
It rained before the game. I thought we might escape the weather. It might be dry for us the rest of the way, but it's rained this last half. It's rained pretty much the whole time.
Marshfield operating from their own 35. Deep throw is off the mark. Thornton was looking for Chandler Wyatt, and a very late flag.
I didn't see what it was. That was good coverage out there. Cyrus Herbert on the field now for Henley. Getting some work at defensive back. He was right where he needed to be.
They're going to call defensive holding, I suppose. That'll move the ball to the 50.
Moves the ball to midfield. First and 10 Pirates.
Henley has their backup defense in now that they've gotten to the running clock.
That must have been a pass interference over there. I didn't see it. I think that is the call. Put the ball right at the 50.
Handoff up the middle, fumble. Henley might have it. The call is Hornets ball.
I think Robert Clark ended up with it. I'm not sure. But Henley collects another turnover. Things have really gone their way here in the second half.
Robert Clark, a reserve senior lineman, getting his name on the stat sheet with that fumble recovery. So now out comes the backup offense with Henry Four at quarterback, Handsome Townsend at running back. Four scored his first varsity touchdown last week on a keeper after Henley put the running clock on Ashland. Two receivers on either side. Four will hand it off to Townsend. He'll go up the middle for a gain of 2.
Good chance for these Henley kids to get some playing time in this facility. Always good to get reps, get some varsity experience. Henley in good shape here to win this one. They lead 49-14. Just over 5 minutes left to play.
2nd and 8. Hand off to Townsend. He goes right side. Stiff arms a defender before being dragged down at the 50. Nice run there by Townsend, the sophomore.
A good strong run. Bring up 3rd and short.
This is a time we see guys who are going to be contributing a lot to this program in the coming years.
Right.
Look back at last year, Henley blew out so many of their opponents. We got to see plenty of guys like Trapper Kundal, Jeremiah Brunick,
right,
even Jason Kern. 4 on the keeper, wrestled down in the backfield.
Marshfield had that one figured out. Plenty of defenders making that tackle. They'll go for a loss and bring up 4th down.
Looks like it's going to be 4th and 7. Henley ball on their own 46.
4th down, 7.
Henley's going to keep the offense out there. Stephen Cassidy now in at running back. Trips left, 1 to the right. 4 on the keeper, cuts inside. They'll only gain a couple. It's going to be a turnover on downs near midfield. Marshfield will get the ball back with 3:50 on the clock.
Update from Mazama. Mazama answers. And now they lead 34-20 against Ashland. Want to thank Lewis for helping out with the scores. Team effort here. We always appreciate your help. Yep.
So back out comes the Marshfield offense, and looks like still some starters out there. This team doesn't have a ton of depth, so you see that sometimes. Handoff up the middle to Caleb Fox. He's going to have a good run to the Henley 35.
Caleb Fox, the ball carrier.
I think Henley's got one of the deeper rosters in 4A, Kevin, at least in the Special District 4.
Yeah, they do. They have depth and they have good talent. And they have good feeder programs. Their Pop Warner programs are good. They have a lot of kids come out. A lot of places around the state, you don't see as many football players. The numbers are dwindling, but not in the Klamath Basin. Football's still big, and they're doing well.
Under 3 minutes to go. It's another handoff. This one to Fox, and they bring him down at the 29.
Jaden Pena making the tackle. Good pursuit on that play. It'll be 2nd down.
Second and 3. Ball on the Henley 29. Thornton hands it off to Fox again. Fox with plenty of room. Fox might take this one all the way, and he does. Touchdown, Marshfield.
I was hoping not to hear that again, Matt.
We almost made it. I was just about to say, sorry, Kevin.
We almost made it. 2 minutes left to go.
So Marshfield gets to pad the stats a little bit, make the deficit a little smaller. This is probably going to be these are probably going to be the final points of the game. Clock's still running, 1:20 to go. PAT is up and good. So 1:14 remaining. Marshfield now trails 49-21. But not before Henley scored 35 unanswered points to start the second half.
Yeah, and that first team defense didn't allow a point in the second half, so really good defensive effort. They set up the offense with short fields, and we know how that goes. Henley can score quickly when you give them a short field, and things just turned Henley's way. They did a really nice job coming out of that break. and took over this game. Makes for a nice bus ride home. This is one of those trips where it's not quite long enough. The team won't stay. They didn't stay the night last night, and they won't stay tonight. They'll just be a late night bus ride home.
Man, that's tough.
That makes for a long day. Yeah, it does. It does.
Arian Wright kicks it out of bounds.
Kicked out of bounds. Henley's ball first and 10. 35.
I don't think Henley's going to make him re-kick this one.
Yeah, they'll probably just snap it a few times and take the victory. Good effort, good hard-fought game. That's just what you want. You want to be tested, and then you want to see success, and that's exactly what happened. It'll be a good week of practice leading into Mazama. It's always a great way to finish the season, the regular season. That'll be next Friday.
Four, hands it off to Cassidy. Cassidy turns and runs up the middle, and he'll gain about 3.
We're keeping an eye on this Mazama game. They've just finished the third quarter. Ashland scored, so they're back in it. It's 34-26, and they're heading into the fourth quarter, Mazama and Ashland. So that'll be an interesting result. We'll see how that finishes up.
Like we said, maybe both teams looking ahead to that big matchup next week. Clock running. I believe this will be the final snap. It's a handoff to Cassidy and a gain of 2. Henley 49, Marshfield 21, the final here in Coos Bay.
That's your good. Final score, Henley 49, Marshfield 21. Next game.
It was 14-14 at the half. Henley scored 35 straight points to turn this into their second straight running clock win. All right, we're going to take a break and recap all that for you on our post-game show coming up next here on 104.3 and 960 Sports.
Introducing Smith Bates Marcom Solutions, your trusted partner in marketing and communication. We specialize in crafting compelling campaigns, eye-catching graphics, and impactful branding materials.
Smith Bates is like working with dependable friends. They always help us build our professional image.
Through the innovative strategies that the team at Smith Bates suggested, we've been able to give the brand at Calor the boost that it desperately needed.
Unlock your potential with Smith Bates Marcom Solutions.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping